What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Like always, like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And today we're going to do a quick book review over Star Trek The Next Generation Power Hungry. Real quick, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Cover art by Keith Birdsong. Book was written by Howard Weinstein. Love the cover art. Funny thing about the cover art, Deanna Troi is on it as a prominent figure, but she's not really in the book that much. She, has some little parts here and there, but nothing crazy. The book was actually really good. We'll read the back real quick. Sent to deliver emergency famine relief to the planet Theopa, the Federation's only allies in a critically important sector of space, the crew finds a brutal dictatorship, one more concerned with preserving its own powers than protecting its citizens, or the world they all share. Captain Picard is hesitant about turning over the supplies to the corrupt government. He fears they may never reach their intended destination, but can he convince the ruling council to change their ways before it is too late for the government and Theopa itself? So yeah, that's a nutshell the book. The book was really good. 9 out of 10, really, just because it wasn't like amazing, you know what I mean? It wasn't something to write home about, but overall, it was a good book. It was the first one I've read where the ending really, there's no resolution at the end. The Enterprise, Picard and Riker couldn't get these. There's two factions. One that wants to turn the world into like a, I think the word is utilitarian or something like that, where everybody just does the same thing, eats the same thing, it looks the same way. They call it the fusion. And then the other part of the world, they wanna follow their religion and just be themselves. And basically the main government, they're all living rich, lavish lifestyles, and the ones trying to stick to the old ways and their religion, they're falling apart. They're starving. They're out in a desert. The whole world is falling apart because of basically they're in a climate crisis. The air is thick. The world's burning up, and so if they don't do something about it, their world's going to end anyways. And all it would take is for the two factions to work together to really start to mediate, but not only between themselves, but to heal their world a little bit. But that's where the end of the book kind of falls. The Enterprise was not able to get the two leaders of the two factions to agree with each other, and so the supplies that the Enterprise was taking, they just split it down the middle and give it to each and say, well, you're left to your own devices. So the world was left to its own fate. So Theopa was left to their own fate. So that's a weird ending, but I mean, I get it. I get why the author decided to end it like that. Not every ending's gonna have a happy story. There was another your other main character in the book. There's two. It's a Dr. Kate or something like that, who's working to come up with some like weather control thing to help manipulate their climate. But she's really not anywhere near figuring it out. She lied her way to the top. But she's actively working on it. She just used deceit to get the money that she needed to do the research with all the other scientists. And then the other character is a teenage girl named Mori. She's from the Sojourners, is what they're called, the desert dwellers, the religious people. And basically she knows her father, who was like their main guy, but he was, she wasn't a teenager. She had to be about 20 because he was taken away 20 years ago. And she was a baby, so she wasn't a teenager. So that's a weird little plot hole in the book, now that I thought about it. So anyway, she's like a little badass, just blowing ships out of the sky and stuff, or the jets, the hover jets from the Ethiopian government. So she's pretty cool. That was a pretty cool character to have in the book. Of course, Riker is with her. He's not like with her like that, but he ends up being her captive and all this stuff. Of course it's Riker. Who else was it going to be in Next Generation? Somehow the dude is always ending up with the ladies. So but there you see the Sojourners on the front cover. Keith Birdsong did the cover art. I'll say it again, and we love his cover arts. Honestly, in April I was thinking about doing a TOS binge, but I think I'm going to see all the books I have with Keith Birdsong artwork. I'm going to try to read, pick some of those. But yeah, the book was good. 9 out of 10. It was solid. I mean, I liked it. Next up, I have Star Trek Next Generation Death in Winter. I'm going to read the duology. It's Death in Winter and Resistance. My wife already read them. She never did her review for this one, so look for that at some point. And then that's next on the TBR, and then, you know, we'll go from there. I might change up the TBR. I did upload some videos, short, but I might change it up. I don't know yet, because I'm feeling Next Generation-y, you know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna add a bunch of Next Generation to this month, and one TOS, which is this one right here. I got on my TBR. It looks pretty cool. I wonder if that's a Keith Birdsong cover art too. I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, I'm feeling TNG this month, so I think I'm gonna do some TNG. But that's the video today. Solid 9 out of 10. We have Power Hungry by Howard Weinstein. I liked it. I would recommend it to someone. So like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Later.